Right, okay, so today we're going to try and tackle mental health and the stigma behind, oh, if you're ill, you shouldn't be out doing things to have fun.
Basically, that your life's supposed to cease to exist if you're off sick with some kind of mental health.
Or school if you're young.
Anything, to be honest. If you're suffering from mental health, there's a certain stigma that surrounds it, and it's ridiculous, and I think some people need to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing this from experience. Like, my whole childhood I spent so much time being off because I didn't feel like being at school. Obviously then I didn't realise it was because I was depressed. It was just literally because I didn't feel like being at school. I know people are probably going to say, oh yeah, but loads of people don't feel like being at school. But when you can't actually get out of bed because you're like, today is not a good day at the age of like 14, then yeah, it probably is that. Yeah.
Most of my mental health issues have been in later life. I've realised, having looked back with a therapist, etc. I had elements of a depressive mental illness during my childhood, but I wasn't aware of it at the time. I just thought I'm just sad, and I'd gone through quite a lot because my childhood wasn't exactly the best. And there was never really an adult influence in my life that was there for me, so I couldn't really say I don't feel right and that sort of thing. And so it wasn't until I hit like 22, 23 that I realised there's a little bit going on in here.
Mine's quite opposite, because obviously I've got that support. Like, I've got so much family, and obviously now I've got loads of friends that I am really close to, and that I'm always honest about everything I do, to be honest. If I'm not honest with you, I probably don't know you.
That's fair.
Honest to, but what's it?
A fault.
Fold, that's the word.
The main thing that we've been dealing with recently is you don't want to leave, even after you've gotten over the fact that you didn't want to get out of bed. If you want to go out, you don't want to leave because you're worried someone's going to see you.
Mental health, it's kind of in your head, so, you know.
It's all in your head.
Except for
it's not as easy as people seem to assume. It may all be in your head, but it's a chemical imbalance that until you get the right kind of medication and help, it's not going to go away.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just have days.
At least when you've got a physical injury as well, it's pain you can deal with.
And people can see it.
And people can see it, so they sympathise. Yeah, exactly. Whereas when it's a mental health thing, you just are the way you are. No one can tell that you're like that. Like, no one can physically see, so there's no empathy. I mean,
it's the same as anyone who's got an invisible disability. You can't assume just because you can't see it that it's not there, because it is. And it's always a daily struggle.
Yeah. The main point of this whole video, though, because obviously we ramble, mainly because crazy minds, we are basically trying to say that part of the healing process for somebody who has a mental illness is for them to try and go outside, is for them to try and do things that they normally would do. Things like going to the shop, or I mean, literally yesterday my adventure for the day was going to our new store in Boulderton. Like, literally, that was enough for me, and that was it. I'd had enough interaction, but I felt really good about myself because I went and did it. And it's the little things. And yet previously I've actually seen people I know from the store and freaked me out completely. I had to go home straight away because I just couldn't deal with how bad I felt, because I felt like I was being judged. It's horrible.
It's that anxiety of the moment you see someone, you're like, oh my god, what are they going to think?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time you get people going, how have you been, we miss you, but it's just the thought of what are they going to say before they say it that comes up to you.
Kind of like not necessarily genuine either, they're just social niceties.
As a person with anxiety, I can tell if you're just kind of doing it for the sake of having manners, and it's like, but now I'm wondering what you're actually thinking about me.
I have people that, like, the other day I was in a taxi and this guy started up a conversation about self-harming, obviously because he saw my arm and was like, blah blah blah, and then he kept on saying, oh, I hope you don't mind me saying this, and things like that. Like, he was a lovely man and he was honest, but it's like, I then went out of the car, went to see a friend, and ended up in A&E that night because I just couldn't deal with it. Like,
it doesn't take a lot to trigger a mental illness.
It like proper triggered me really badly.
Yes, I know. I ran to the hospital. I don't do running for no bitch.
The stupid thing is on Facebook I posted something like,
Feeling really good.
Feeling really, really good. Not felt this good in a while. Fuck mental illness right now. And then later that night, A&E, because I'm like, because the woman said, "Where's your injury?" And I'm like, my head. Yeah, it's strange because obviously at the time I was shaking, hyperventilating, you
were in a state.
Not trusting anything, wanting to do anything to myself, and but when we look back at it, you have to laugh, because if you don't...
We were laughing while we were there, I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, we were like, the mood, literally, the tablets they gave me to calm down, I felt 100 times better. That I was laughing outside of the hospital. It was a completely different
hilarious.
Some of my quotes.
Yeah. Let's see.
I remember one about being sat on top of... I was out of the room.
I'm in a different room. I'm on top of the glass ceiling. It's because we were talking to you, but you weren't paying attention. So we went, "Are you in the room?" You went, "I'm in a different room. I'm on a glass ceiling."
I'm on top of the glass
okay,
ceiling.
Charlotte.
Because the breaking through it is just so... What's it nowadays?
Just live on top of it.
I'm just gonna make a house.
I'm sure dislocate is missing a syllable.
Oh yeah,
it should be disticolocate.
I think it was like dislocate. I was trying to say.
You did say like dislocate, and then it was with a very, very bad black accent that you went, "This ain't gonna be in that location no more." And you did that. I was in stitches trying to type this out as you were doing this.
It's because Dale was like, "Because you've dislocated something."
So you went, "Oh, you're going to diss the location."
Dis not going to be in that location no more. That's how I said it. I'm sorry if that offends people.
I'm sitting here and I'm mildly offended.
I didn't say, "Hey, this is a black accent."
This is really quite good. Pizza. That's genuinely how you said it. Sat with a bit of pizza going, "Pizza. And then took a bite of pizza. And then when
I looked at Dale, I smiled with the pizza in my mouth. Oh my
And then
God.
when you were done chewing, you just went, Italian's just like the zzz.
Pizza. And then what was the other one?
That was mozzarella.
Oh, mozzarella.
I don't think that was the one we came up with, but that's another one.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of offended by the next one.
Oh.
Life is like a box of pizza, Louisa eats it.
Life is like, because Dale was moaning at you for eating the pizza.
You're telling me I eat life?
That's really horrible. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm not sure we can be friends anymore.
Well, that was her short career.
And the last one's my favourite one. My foot's dry, like extra dry. Crispy chicken dry. There was no other explanation after that. That was the entire conversation.
Right, so this sounds terrible. Makes me sound like I'm really fucking crazy.
You were on a lot of meds.
I was on a lot of medical, like prescribed medication, like that had been given by a doctor, like no illegal shit.
To calm you down.
To try and calm me down, and it calmed me down.
You were like laying with like, I don't even know what you were doing.
Yeah.
You were like a turtle on its back.
Yeah. Well,
We kind of are.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's the point of it.
I mean, the entire point is we can still function as people and do this sort of stuff and enjoy our lives.
Good at faking it.
Yeah.
As much as I hate being a liar.
It's called being a high functioning.
Yeah.
person.
Like when you have the social niceties and you have to, people are like, "Oh, how's your day?" And you really want to say, "Terrible. I can't stop hyperventilating. I'm sweating like mad. I'm trying not to show all of these people that I'm really paranoid." But you just go, "Yeah, fine, thanks. How about you?"
Yeah.
It's
the easier way to do it because you don't have to stand and talk about it as well.
When you're having like an episode, because I don't know about you, but I have episodes where I'm really not okay, and I'm at home obviously normally with people that I trust, and I'm just act weird. I think that's why mine got so bad this time, because I was at work and suppressing all of this anxiety and physical and emotional just fatigue.
Yeah, that's the worst part, because you get up and you're knackered and you go through the motions of everything you do each day, and then you get home and you're like, "Oh, I just need to sleep."
Yeah.
And you can sleep all the way through, and then you still just feel knackered.
And then you feel like crap because you're not doing anything productive.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything that benefits your life. You think, what's going on with my life? What am I doing?
Is there really a point in me having one?
Is there really a point in me being here?
Yeah.
Like,
I've been through that. I had one of those last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a fun time. And then, like, the day before that, I came home from therapy and was, like, bouncing off the walls, and Dale was like, what have you taken?
Yeah.
I've taken nothing! I don't take things!
Sometimes we can be so happy and so hyper, and then all of a sudden it drops. It's like... Yeah. It's like somebody's got an elastic band on us, and they let us go every so often. It's horrible.
I like it.
It's horrible because it makes us unpredictable and impulsive.